Okay, chapter or 5.2 is all about bank reconciliation. So to reconcile is to make something like equal or match. So in this case, we're reconciling what our bank is saying is in our checking account balance with what our records are saying is in our checking account balance. So a bank statement is either going to be sent to us electronically or it's going to be physically mailed to us, and it's going to show all the deposits, any withdrawals, anytime we wrote a check, anytime we made a transfer, if there was on an automatic payment or an automatic deposit. So it's just going to be a record that our bank has of what is in our checking account. A bank is always going to deduct checks because anytime we write a check, that's going to bring our cash account down. And they are going to add deposits because that's going to increase our balance in our bank account. So other things that are reasons that we might not match, so our records and the bank's records, is if they charge us a service charge, or if there are either outstanding deposits or checks, meaning that we made a deposit, but it has not yet gone through and processed on the bank side, or we wrote a check, but that check has not yet been processed on the bank side either. So these are normally the two reasons why a bank balance and our own business balance would not match. And then finally, there might be math or recording errors on either end. Okay, when we are looking at our checkbook, a canceled check, anytime we cancel a check, that's going to be kept on record at our bank. Each time that a check goes through, we're going to place a check mark in our check stub of our checkbook to indicate that is no longer an outstanding check. So please read through the steps of reconciling a bank statement, a bank service charge, and journalizing that bank service charge. I'm not going to read through them because we are actually going to do that in MindTap. So oftentimes banks are charging a service charge for the use of the account within that bank. It's just kind of like a user fee in essence. All right, down here is going to be our bank reconciliation statement. So it's kind of like a worksheet for us to fill out to make sure in the end, our checkbook balance matches our bank balance. So look through this, but this is exactly what we're doing in MindTap today. Okay, so 5.2 work together. Here is all the information, all the numbers that we're going to need. We have our bank statement balance. So this is what the bank is saying is in our checking account. We were also charged a $20 service charge. We do have an outstanding deposit. So a deposit we know we made, but the bank has not processed. So that'll have to be added to our bank balance. We have two outstanding checks. So two checks that we have written, but they have not been cashed on the other end. So they have not affected our bank balance yet. And then we have what our records are saying that we have in our checking account. So it is August 29th and we are Bright and White Laundry and we received a bank statement dated August 29th. So as you can see, August 28th, as of the 28th, that deposit and those two checks have not processed yet. So we're going to prepare our bank statement balance using August 29th date. So first things first is putting in our date up here, August 29th. And then we're going to go on the bank balance side. So balance on our bank statement. They tell us right here, bank statement balance, 2,712. Next, any outstanding deposits, it wants us to add them to our balance. So this worksheet is to help you. So just follow it step by step. Outstanding deposit, we have one, $300 on August 28th. So August is the 8th month, 28, and it was $300. It wants us to total the outstanding deposits. We only had one for 300. And then subtotal. Deposits are going to increase our balance. So we're going to add this $300 to our bank balance of 2,712. So our new balance, if we add those two together, are 3,000. and 12. Next, we're going to deduct, so subtract any of our outstanding checks. We have two, number 306 for 140 and 308 for 70. 306 for 140 and 308 for 70. Yep. We're going to add those two together. So 140 plus 70. Total outstanding checks are $210. Remember, checks are going to bring our checking account balance down because we're writing money out. So we're going to subtract the 210 off of the 3,000. So that is going to update our checking account balance to $2,802. All right, so that is our adjusted bank balance. Now we're going to do our adjusted checkbook balance. So our end. First things first is what is our current balance on our next unused check stub. So check stub number is 309. And the balance is $2,822. Next, it wants us to deduct any bank charges. It says right here that we have a bank service charge of $20. So we're going to put the description. It is a service charge of $20. Total bank charges, $20. Anytime we have a charge, that's going to bring our balance down. So we're going to take our current balance, $2,822, subtract off that $20 charge, and our new updated balance of $2,802. So the goal is to get our adjusted check stub balance to match our adjusted bank balance, and we did just that. So we are reconciled. Next, we're going to record that service charge on that same check stub. So our current balance on this check stub, check stub 309, is $2,822. So we're check stub 309, balance. Remember, this top part is just for the check. So we're in the bottom, $2,822. We don't have to worry about anything on the deposit. Subtotal, $2,822. This other line is where we're going to write service charge. And we're also going to put the dollar amount. Then we're going to put the dollar amount over here. So we know that this $20 is being subtracted. So our new subtotal is going to be that $2,802, which is what we put right here in our adjusted check stub balance. Last thing we need to do is journalize this $20 fee. So recording the service charge on journal page 16, we're going to use memorandum 77 as our source document. So our date is August 29th. Our account title is going to be miscellaneous expense. And that is always going to be the account used to journalize a bank service charge. Our doc number is going to be M77 for memorandum 77. Expense accounts has a normal debit balance. Our service charge was $20. And that is bringing our cash account down. Okay. That is 5.2, reconciling a bank statement with our checkbook balance and then recording that service charge in both our journal and on our check stub. Don't forget to do the on your own and if there are terms.